eyes, and it's gone to impair his vision. A left hand, and Camacho's hurt!
Edwin Rosario was one of Puerto Rico's most explosive boxers, a lightweight champion known for his relentless punching power, incredible speed, and fearless approach in the ring. But with greatness comes rivalry, and Rosario was no stranger to opponents who were frustrated, infuriated, or downright furious with him. At the height of his career, several top contenders felt more than just competitive tension. They resented, feared, or hated Rosario for the damage he could inflict and the way he dominated fights. In this video, we'll explore the 7 boxers who hated Edwin Rosario the most, diving into the rivalries, the bouts, and the moments that made each conflict unforgettable. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss the raw truths from boxing's most intense rivalries. 7. José Luis Ramirez. José Luis Ramirez was a veteran lightweight champion when he faced Edwin Rosario. Ramirez, known for his toughness and technical skill, had dominated the division for years, but Rosario changed the narrative. The fight was a clash of styles, Ramirez's methodical approach versus Rosario's explosive power. In the end, Rosario's strength prevailed, and Ramirez lost his title. While professional respect existed, Ramirez reportedly harbored lingering resentment. Losing to a rising star like Rosario was a hard pill to swallow, especially considering the stakes. Their rivalry was a mix of admiration and frustration. Ramirez had trained to face the elite of the division, but Rosario's ferocity and unpredictability proved overwhelming. It was a reminder that in boxing, respect is earned in pain as much as in skill. 6. Anthony "Baby" Jones. Anthony Jones came into his fight with Rosario with high hopes, but Rosario's power and aggression quickly ended the contest. Losing by TKO left Jones not only humiliated but frustrated, feeling robbed of a fair chance to prove himself. Jones reportedly struggled with Rosario's style, a relentless forward pressure combined with pinpoint accuracy. Every punch was a test, every combination a challenge to his defenses. To Jones, facing Rosario was like being in a storm you couldn't escape. Even after the fight, the tension lingered. Jones respected Rosario's talent, but the emotional toll of the defeat created a personal animosity, fueled by what he considered an overwhelming and unfair challenge. 5. Juan Nazario. Juan Nazario's rivalry with Edwin Rosario was one of the most intense and mentally grueling in the lightweight division. Both fighters were at the peak of their careers when they met in the ring, and each bout carried high stakes for titles, pride, and legacy. Rosario's aggressive style clashed with Nazario's tactical approach. Nazario was a skilled, disciplined boxer, but Rosario's relentless pressure forced him into uncomfortable positions. Every round was a test of endurance and patience, and one miscalculation could mean a devastating counterpunch or knockout. This constant threat left Nazario frustrated. He knew he had the talent, but Rosario's explosiveness and timing kept him on edge the entire fight. After their encounters, Nazario reportedly carried lingering resentment. Losing to a fighter with such raw power and aggression was emotionally taxing, and while he respected Rosario's abilities, the frustration of facing someone who could dominate rounds so decisively left him with a mixture of admiration and irritation. For Nazario, Rosario wasn't just a rival. He was a formidable obstacle that tested both skill and patience. 4. Livingstone Bramble. When Livingstone Bramble stepped into the ring against Edwin Rosario, he was considered one of the most durable and unshakable lightweights of his era. The boxing world expected him to withstand Rosario's notorious power, but what transpired stunned everyone. In just 2 explosive rounds, Rosario knocked Bramble out, leaving the champion sprawled on the canvas. For Bramble, it wasn't just a loss, it was a personal humiliation. He had trained tirelessly, confident in his ability to survive against any opponent. Yet Rosario's ferocity proved overwhelming. Each punch carried not just physical pain, but a psychological blow, a reminder that Rosario could disrupt even the toughest defenses. The aftermath of the fight saw Bramble frustrated and bitter. The knockout left lingering tension. Bramble reportedly carried a sense of resentment toward Rosario for years. feeling that the defeat had robbed him of the respect and dominance he had built over the lightweight division. To Bramble, Rosario was not merely an opponent. He was a storm that came out of nowhere, unrelenting and unforgiving. 3. Frankie Randall. Frankie Randall and Edwin Rosario shared a rivalry defined by intensity and unpredictability. Their encounters were close, competitive, and mentally exhausting for both fighters. While Rosario's raw power often gave him the edge, Randall's disciplined, technical approach forced him into a battle of wits as well as fists. Randall's frustration grew with every fight. Rosario's aggression meant that Randall had to constantly adapt mid-round, anticipating combinations, dodging sudden power punches, and trying to maintain control over bouts that could swing at any moment. Even when Randall emerged victorious, he admitted afterward that facing Rosario was mentally draining, as every exchange demanded perfection. This rivalry wasn't personal in the sense of hatred, but the emotional toll was significant. Randall respected Rosario's abilities, yet loathed the challenge he presented. Each fight became a chess match with stakes so high that mistakes were devastating, cementing Rosario's position as one of Randall's most frustrating and formidable opponents. 2. Hector Macho Camacho. Hector Macho Camacho and Edwin Rosario had one of the most tense rivalries in Puerto Rican boxing history. Camacho, known for his flashy style and lightning speed, faced Rosario's unrelenting aggression in the ring, a combination that produced one of the most heated encounters of the lightweight era. Camacho found Rosario incredibly irritating. Every jab and combination forced him to fight at a pace he wasn't always comfortable with. Rosario's forward pressure, ability to close distances, and sheer power left Camacho reacting constantly, never dictating the rhythm. Camacho's pride and confidence clashed with Rosario's style, leaving him frustrated and mentally taxed. The fight was more than just a contest of skill. It was a battle of egos and national pride. Camacho respected Rosario's talent, but the relentless challenge he presented turned admiration into irritation. For years afterward, Camacho spoke about the emotional intensity of that fight, highlighting Rosario as one of the few fighters who could truly get under his skin in the ring. 1. Julio Cesar Chavez. At the pinnacle of Edwin Rosario's rivalries stood Julio Cesar Chavez, one of boxing's most legendary figures. Their 1987 encounter wasn't just a fight. It was a clash of titans, a battle of skill, pride, and national pride. Chavez entered the ring confident, but Rosario's explosive punches and unrelenting aggression immediately set the tone. Chavez, used to dominating his opponents with precise combinations and disciplined control, found himself frustrated and tested in every round. Rosario's power forced Chavez to dig deeper, adjusting constantly and never allowing the champion a moment of comfort. The TKO that eventually ended the fight left Chavez with a mix of emotions: pride in overcoming a dangerous opponent, yet irritation at how Rosario's style had pushed him to his limits. The fight was more than a contest. It was a psychological battle. Rosario's ability to frustrate, pressure, and challenge Chavez made him the most hated and respected opponent of his career. Even decades later, boxing historians point to this rivalry as one of the most intense and emotionally charged in lightweight history. Edwin Rosario wasn't just a champion. He was a storm in the lightweight division. His explosiveness, speed, and relentless style made him both admired and hated. From Chavez to Camacho, each of these 7 fighters experienced frustration, anger, and rivalry at the hands of Rosario. Moments that shaped careers and left lasting impressions. Boxing isn't just about skill. It's about ego, pride, and personal grudges. Rosario reminded his opponents of that with every punch. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to uncover more untold stories from boxing's fiercest rivalries.